the Las Vegas Raiders.
And we gonna excuse Les. He's so excited.
Yeah, I'm
he
excited.
fucking butchered that shit.
Butchered the opening because I'm ready to talk about the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yo! Hey, for the second show in a row. Les, what you sipping on?
Rewind!
I'm ready to talk about the Las Vegas Raiders.
All right.
That's what I'm ready to do.
Talk about it, Les.
Okay.
Talk your shit.
Like I said in the past, I was a little resistant to the Raiders going to Las Vegas.
Uh-huh.
But now, I'm all for it. And yesterday, the NFL owners had a vote to clear the way for the Raiders to move from Oakland to Las Vegas. The vote went 31-1. Miami was the only owners
hater ass
that did not want the Raiders to move to Las Vegas.
Hey, for the people.
Mm-hmm.
That you know what? I'm gonna pay a higher hotel tax when I go out there. I'm gonna pay a higher hotel tax
because everybody will.
Exactly. But I had a question, and Kev kind of alluded to it. How are Raider fans in Oakland gonna feel for the next 2 years when they know their team's about to leave?
The same.
I mean, it's a lame duck city.
The same wave they felt before. They've done this before.
But take Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Mayflower trucks coming in the middle of the night. This isn't that. This is 2 years out with your team being good for the first time in 15 years.
I think the difference in this, and I can't speak for Oakland fans because I don't live in Oakland, but I'm kind of thinking like Oakland to Vegas is not that far of a trek and maybe more exciting.
How far is it?
It was an 8-hour drive.
You said 8 hour?
8-hour drive.
Did you say not that far of a trek?
By plane, it's not.
Yeah, but they used to hop on the BART and go to the stadium. Now they have to take a flight.
Well, now they can make a whole weekend out of it.
Amen.
I mean, first of all, the tailgate
is going to be indoors because it's going to be 200 degrees.
Up until October.
Exactly. Because starting September, it starts cooling down.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think that the truth of the matter is that whenever we start to hear whispers of a team leaving an area, most of the time it's what happens. And I mean, you know, like San Diego, for example, just went through this exercise. And although the Chargers didn't have a stadium or money already lined up and the owners hadn't already voted for them to leave, you would have to be living on a rock to think that somehow the Chargers were going to stay. So, you know, my thing is, you know, I'd rather you stab me in the face than stab me in the back is how I would see it. And to your point, Devin, they've been through this before. So, suck it up.
I mean, to make, regardless of everything else, there's a football team in Las Vegas. Like, that's bananas. How is this going to work?
They're about to have a football and a hockey team.
Yeah, this is definitely not. This is definitely not your father's football league.
No, not at all. And former Commissioner Tagliabue is pissed because if you remember back during his term, he made it clear that the NFL would not jeopardize the sanctity of the game and getting it mixed up with gambling. But now that they moving to Vegas, I'm taking my Kenyon teasers. I might move.
I mean, this is a win for everybody.
It's like a hooker's job program, baby. Like,
oh my God!
Tell me I'm wrong.
Oh my God!
But the Bunny Ranch owner said that he's ready to open up a Raider-themed type Bunny Ranch.
We already starting. Kev?
But it's though I have to play devil's advocate. I mean, Les is clearly excited, but
because it's 3.5 hours away now.
Exactly.
And of course, it's the entertainment capital of the world, but this is kind of smell foul on the NFL's part. That I mean, there have been 3 relocations in the last 15 months. Like, they're not doing this for fans. This is strictly for money.
Well, I think each case has been different. I think in the instance of the Rams, right, that was owner driven. The owner wanted to get out. In the instance of San Diego and actually even Oakland, though both of those markets had every single chance and opportunity, and I think at the start of the process, the NFL wanted those franchises to stay where they were.
And I don't think Oakland wanted to leave at all.
Yeah.
I see San Diego wanting to leave more than Oakland. Oakland, they know what their identity is. You can't be playing in a baseball stadium.
Yeah, it's not. For San Diego, it's like a 20-year process. Oakland has been about 10 years. So
20 at least in San Diego.
So, at some point, if you're the NFL, it's like, listen, we want, and I think Goodell used the word in a recent interview, we want stability for all of our franchises.
Oh, if it goes to Vegas, they ain't going not a place.
Well, and also to that point, the instability is going to come with the players, which is why my confirmation bias is that they're going to withdraw from participating in the draft because rookies are going to have a hard time.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that because I wanted to bring this to you guys. Is that a home field disadvantage or a home field advantage?
Great question.
I think they have to spend a lot of money on training.
And security.
I mean, when I say training, I mean like not football.
life coaches.
Life coaches.
They're going to have Herm Edwards coming in.
Right.
He's going to be on staff.
What's my man, the wide receiver from Minnesota? Chris
one?
Carter.
Oh my God.
Oh, my God.
Speaking the truth with 2 F's. I mean, because think about it, which is probably why Miami was hating on it because they were the number one.
Now Miami said the truth. I think why they really hated on it. They knew they were going to be
between the lines.
Nah.
I mean, the players will obviously that play there will have problems like Janikowski.
Actually,
and the likes.
I mean, I was joking, but
Janikowski
I
already
think
has a
I think
house
it's
there.
I think it's more the younger players you have to worry about. I think the veterans will be okay, but certainly
The away team, when you come into town on a Saturday night and you got to play at 1 p.m. in Vegas and there are no clocks anywhere.
Yeah.
How?
It's going to be straight to the hotel.
Yeah.
Bed checks every 10 minutes.
You know what? If I was into real estate, I would probably work on trying to build a luxury hotel in like Henderson.
Hey, come out here.
Bring your teams out here to Henderson.
But Kev, I'm excited too because we play the Raiders next year, but we play them in Oakland.
Yeah.
But depending on how our season goes, we could play them in 19 or 20. But we're definitely playing them in 21 in Vegas, which is when the stadium is opened up, right?
Yep.
So, road trip.
Like I said, 2 words. Kenyon teases.
Boom.
Super Bowl week, though.
Boom.
Because you know what you get
that'll
a
be out
God.
there. Yeah. That'll be out there 2022 probably.
Probably.
Now,
Yeah.
to that point, is it, how much is too much? Is it
Never too much, never too much.
Is it I'm telling you, just for
sunshine will happen.
and
At least twice.
that's all we need.
No.
I mean, you've
I'm
got
not
so
coming
much.
home.
You've got so much going on in Vegas in terms of entertainment. Does it get to a point where it becomes? I mean, I feel bad for the NHL team that's going to be out there because they are, before they even got started, are going to be shut down.
Kenyon, when was the last time you was in Vegas and was like, nah?
I'm not saying for I'm not speaking for myself. No.
Because I know the NBA All-Star game that weekend was.
Well, they said
bananas.
they can't come back.
Exactly. So imagine the Super Bowl. there.
Vegas was like, nah, y'all overdid it. It was crazy.
Well, the NFL and the NHL are coming now, so.
How do you guys think that will impact fantasy football, even the gambling world? I mean, the NFL has tried to shy away from gambling.
It's not going to affect it at all because everything's online.
They're
now.
gonna have
The world
slots.
is small.
They're gonna have slots in the seats in the stadium, Kev.
I mean, there's a lot, yeah, and I think, there's a lot. You know what? It's
Stop trying to play devil's advocate.
yeah, exactly.
Just fall in line.
It could be bad. It could be bad. They feel like in terms. Well, I would say this. I think professional leagues no longer look at gambling as something that's taboo from the public's perspective.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes it comfortable.
Like tattoos.
Exactly. I think your question
Because
though.
of fantasy.
I think your question though about the influence. I think that remains to be seen. I mean, that remains to be seen because now you got to think about the people that operate in the underworld that are going to appreciate the accessibility that they have
not
now.
the perfect team.
And the Raider, exactly, right.
There will be a couple bodies found in the desert, though. I'm pretty sure about that.
It's
probably
it
already
certainly is
found.
possible. Yeah,
Talking about football players.
but it doesn't. But I think it's safe
It
to
won't
say.
be players. It'll be like the wife.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that from a branding standpoint, I think all sports leagues are comfortable with it now. So
I didn't know the NFL had a rule that the referees couldn't go to Vegas during the season. So they have to change that rule now to
Wow.
allow them. And even if it was off season, they had to alert the NFL that they were going to Vegas.
Wow.
So they had to change that.
So they're willing to incur. So certainly they're going to be willing to incur cost
Yeah, 'cause
to
they're gonna have to have somebody watch them.
watch them exactly.
Well, you know, Vegas, you can't get away with nothing in Vegas. It's
I
cameras
did.
everywhere.
Unless you want to.
They wasn't watching for you.
Somebody can get away.
Everybody can be touched.
Just not the dude.